stating that I was fired. They all alleged that these actions were made on my own recognizances and that it was for my own political advances. However, if you look at the record, there is what we call a community trend. And unfortunately, it just so happened that the political hostility that was encountered by my team, and I was on two different teams during this deployment, they just so happened to have the Trump campaign signage. FEMA always preaches avoidance first and then de escalation. So this is not isolated. This is a colossal event of avoidance, not just in the state of Florida, but you will find avoidance in the Carolinas. Senior leadership will lie to you and tell you that they do not know. But if you ask the DSA crew leads and specialists what they are experiencing in the field, they will tell you. Demand for FEMA to give you those incident reports.
This is shameful. Shameful. So the Daily Wire broke the story regarding an FEMA official relief worker skipping houses with Trump signs. So a federal disaster relief official ordered workers to bypass. She was a woman. She was a black woman. Yep. She was a black woman. She ordered workers to bypass the homes of Donald Trump supporters as they surveyed damage caused by Hurricane Milton in Florida, according to internal correspondence obtained by the Daily Wire and confirmed by multiple federal employees. She would tell workers in a told workers in a message to avoid homes advertising Trump as they canvassed Lake Placid, Florida, to identify residents who could qualify for federal aid. Internal messages viewed by the Daily Wire revealed. This is shameful. Shameful.
It is. She needs to go to jail.
She should.
There's got to be something.
There's got to be something.
Federal law that will send her butt to jail. And we did a video of this incident on Soldiers of Finance. And when you look at this woman, you know that she is in church every Sunday. Okay. Holy Ghost filled, sanctified, satellite dish hat on, telling everybody how she's the perfect Christian. Okay. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, putting lives in danger. You're telling people to skip houses. You don't know what's going on in that house.
No.
Okay. These are tax-paying citizens, but there really needs to be an investigation done because she felt empowered to not only tell her employees this, but she immortalized it in an actual method and procedure. She documented it. Right. So if she felt that empowered, then I've got to believe that her supervisors at least created the type of atmosphere where she would have been comfortable doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. When I heard the story, at least one thing came to mind. Number one, you know how, especially during the scamdemic, the conservatives, Republicans were talking about how we were being shadow banned and blocked and censored. And no, they're not. Y'all, no, it's not. And, but if somebody would do something like this lady has done in the FEMA, why would they not do something a little bit less, just blocking someone, censoring them on the internet? That's a lesser matter compared to someone's life. So if they're willing to put someone's life in jeopardy because of a political signage or whatever, it doesn't, I don't put anything past them. These people are what I call, they major on the minors. And again, that's putting it lightly because people's lives were actually in danger. They major on the minors. People like that make me sick. And I mean, my stomach turns when you have people who can't separate out heavier matters versus, lighter matters, particularly when it's a life and death issue, regardless of someone's political leanings, skin color. People like that literally make me sick. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. When you have people that make, what do old people say, mountains out of molehills, and you have lives at stake, these people are evil. They are evil.
That's evil. And you actually had some of her employees jot down, I'm not going to this house because, as per the procedure, it has a Trump sign. Now, everybody needs to understand, I don't care where you're working, you are under no obligation to adhere to an illegal order. Okay.
Absolutely.
That is in your soul, you should know, hey, this is wrong. Okay. I'm not going to pay attention to her. Let the chips fall where they may. But again, apparently this attitude permeated the entire organization.
Oh, yeah.
What about those people in Appalachia? Remember, they couldn't get help.
No.
Okay, for days.
Absolutely.
So we got the same thing going on there. And remember, back during the Tea Party days when they first came out, the IRS and Lois Lerner. Remember how they were denying the 501c3 status?
That's right.
Okay, so this
under the Obama administration, how he sicked the IRS on these Christian nonprofit groups that were against. Look at how they did that. That's why, people say, oh, everybody, if you're in charge, you get to make the rules. No, you don't. No, you don't. And you cannot enforce, and people should know like you said, you're not under any obligation to follow every rule, every law, just because you do have a conscience. If at some point your conscience should kick in, especially when the rule, if you will, is putting more lives in danger. Right. This is why we have people who we call heroes. They go above and beyond the call. And sometimes there are people in the military, talking about Veterans Day, there are people in the military, particularly these last few wars, that literally disobeyed orders to go and save their fellow brothers in cadre, because the officers told them, no, don't go in there. They said, no, I'm going after my people. They broke the rules, if you will, but now they're considered heroes because they said, damn you, damn that order. I'm not following it. I'm going to save my brothers and my comrades.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you all both have mentioned, and the chat is on fire. Lock her up. Lock her up. I agree with all of you. Lock her up. But this is a culture that is not just in federal government. It's in the school system. It's in corporations. Partisan leftists push their activism, and they create a culture of othering people, of conservatives or people that have voted for Trump. This is why I said on my social media today, since this election, parents, make sure you're talking to your children and that they are not being demonized or vilified or any type of pushback is given on them because they may have conservative viewpoints or because they voted for Trump or the parents voted for Trump. Make sure you're talking to your children, because this has become okay in institutions all over the country. They do this. It's really sick, not just to children, but even on the job. How many people, I know of at least a handful, went to work on Wednesday after the election, and people in management made large statements or held meetings about how bad the country will be under Trump, giving mental health days because Trump was elected. It's sick.
I've never seen anything like this before. Listen, I voted, the first president I voted for was Clinton. Okay. But I voted for, I did not vote in 2008 for president. I didn't vote for president. But I guess my first losing election was Romney versus Obama. Okay. And I just went to work the next day. Okay, he's president again. I got to do my thing. I didn't burn down anyone's store. I didn't riot. Okay. Trump, I voted for him in 2020. He didn't win. Okay. I have some concerns about that.
Right.
But, I went to work. I did my thing. Okay. I didn't spaz out. I didn't need, psychiatric help. This is the first time I've seen anything like this, but it's a testament to this sick ass media that is driving this psychosis. Okay. People like Joy, whatever her name is, the women on The View, and I use that term women loosely when I refer to them. These people are driving this, and folk are internalizing it.
And Tyrone, it also goes to,
before you come on, Shelley, breaking news, Kash Patel has just been named CIA director.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yes, I like Kash. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Yeah, he's been named CIA. Let me just make sure I'm looking.
Oh,
CIA director.
He's good. Oh, that is wonderful. Good. Congratulations. This is another thing. Again, then this may not be the most important, but it also goes to teaching our young people, our children, even ourselves, that everything is not all the same, right? There are priorities. Some issues are more prioritized than others, like life. Okay, then whatever other sin you want to put under there. I don't buy into that all sin is the same. I don't do that. I mean, maybe all sin, but I don't see it. I don't say all sin have this, is the same. Let me just say it that way. So I prioritize them. So this woman, literally, in the culture, like you said, the culture that created this or allowed this has no sense of, well, it's probably a little bit more wrong, if you will, to have people die particularly because of their political standings, versus you going to get them and you just not liking them. Maybe they're on the wrong side. There are different priorities here.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to acknowledge
real quick. This is the participation trophy. They literally want her to get a participation trophy of 6 weeks of the presidency.
Right.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous.